clean drinking water benefiting more than 5,000 community members and more than 5,000 school children and patients. Beneficiaries were able to increase their productive time up to 6 hours per day. That was otherwise spent on fetching water. Furthermore, the project provided support to establish home gardens and nursery centers to provide vegetables and fruits for daily needs of more than 4,000 people. Rainwater harvesting system helped provided water not only in time of drought but also during the flood time when other usual sources get contaminated by flood water. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, providing safe water and sanitation are contributing hugely to achieve a number of sustainable development goals. Use of water for drinking, sanitation, and food preparation has directly linked with health and poverty. As women and children are being main water fetchers at household level, the development of rainwater harvesting system at household and community level play a significant role in empowering women and children and also inclusive development. A large number of water-related diseases are caused by great use of unsafe water and leading to morbidity and mortality. The latest health challenge, probably linked with unavailability of clean water, is the emerging problem of CKUU, where rainwater harvesting is one of the potential solutions to meet the safe water need of the people of the affected area. I don't want to make much of your time. I wish to conclude my welcoming speech by welcoming all of you again and wishing you all a fruitful day. Thank you very much for listening.
Mr. Iyer, the chairman of the Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum. As I mentioned at the beginning of the event, Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum is proudly celebrating its 25th anniversary. In the next few minutes, we are going to recall those golden memories with you all. We can't limit 25 years of memories to just a few minutes, but those minutes will lead us to few memorable events. Let's enjoy the Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum 25th anniversary video. I hope you will enjoy that.
last 2.5 decades, Rainwater Harvesting Forum has made a significant contribution to drinking water sector in Sri Lanka by popularizing rainwater harvesting technologies within our society. I wish all the best for 25th anniversary celebration of Rainwater Harvesting Forum.
Good morning. My name is Han Heinen. I'm the president of the International Rainwater Harvesting Alliance in Geneva. I would like to take the opportunity to congratulate the Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum in Sri Lanka with its Silver Jubilee. In the last 25 years, your organization has become a national presence with respect to promoting rainwater harvesting, and you have become ever more effective in doing so. I believe that by now you have either inspired or constructed some 50,000 systems around the country. We at IRHA consider Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum as a very effective national organization, and we see it as an example to other national organizations around the globe. As a founding member of Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum, I'm very happy to see that it has now grown into such a stature under the leadership of Dr. Tanuja Aryananda and a very active board. I'm sure that, in the coming years, you will be able to show more of your competence and capacity, especially now that you have also started to host the SARNet, the South Asia Regional Network, which will be a very important instrument to further promote rainwater harvesting and proper application of rainwater harvesting all around the South Asia region. More so important because of the climate change effects that are troubling all of us. I look forward to see these further achievements and wish you all the best for the next decades.
As a Sri Lanka, we have very much limited natural resource. Rainwater is one of our natural resource. And out of the 12 months, 9 months we will get rainwater. But how are we using this rainwater is questionable. This is where the Lanka Rainwater Harvesting is working towards to promote the rainwater harvesting all rural pockets in Sri Lanka. I am so glad that World Vision will took part of with them and continuing this service for the next years as well. I take this opportunity to wish there are 25 years of successful implementation and collaborating with many non-governmental organizations and government and to completing 25 years and honoring our partnerships, and we will continuously partner with Lanka Rainwater Harvesting wherever possible, whenever and wherever possible, and to continue our service to benefit the rural communities in Sri Lanka. Thank you very much.
Firstly, I'd like to congratulate Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum. I wish to all the success for the forum in the years to come, and we will be happy to collaborate. So I think ideas and Lanka Rainwater Harvesting can grow together and be of some use to the community. Thank you.
I hope you will enjoy that. With the warmth of those beautiful memories, I cordially invite your State Mission Director, Mr. Reid Ashbyman, to address the event.
Honorable Mr. Minister of Education, board members of the Waika Rainwater Harvesting Forum, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me here today. Thank you for the video commemorating the 25 years of work in this area. And let me just say, as the mission director of the U.S. Embassy's United States Agency for International Development, we were proud to support you along with other partners on your journey to harvest this precious resource of rainwater in Sri Lanka. So again, I'm very honored to be here and help celebrate the World Water Day. Around the world, USAID helps partner countries plan, finance, and deliver safe water and sanitation services, focusing on the neediest, particularly in the rural areas, while sustainably managing water resources. Of course, reliable and access to safe water and sanitation, we know, as the video said, saves lives, improves livelihoods, and makes communities more resilient. Investments in water security, sanitation, and hygiene are critical for development progress in nearly all aspects of global development. So in fiscal year 2020 alone, around the world, USAID provided $450 billion to support water, sanitation, and hygiene in 40 countries, including support to 289 water and sanitation institutions. And we've reached 3.9 million people around the world to gain access to sustainable water services. And while I'm very proud of the work that USAID engages in around the globe, I'm particularly happy about the shining example that Sri Lanka brings to the world. And I've been very proud over the last 4 years to be in Sri Lanka. And I think I've been to a couple World Water Days. And unfortunately, this will be my last World Water Day as mission director in Sri Lanka. But I do know, and Dr. Tanuja knows, I think this was one of the first projects I visited when I arrived. And so thank you for the partnership. Really appreciate it. And I'm delighted that the partnership has resulted in more than 1,600 new rainwater harvesting tanks for households, schools, health clinics, and I think more than 200, almost 300 new wells over the past decade. So together, we have worked together to help educate the rural communities on the healthy benefits of rainwater harvesting. We've trained villagers to maintain and operate these systems. We've supported research related to rainwater harvesting. And just today, we are celebrating the launch of the USAID funded web calculator that you mentioned in the remarks. And so over the 5 years, USAID supported initiatives have provided access to basic drinking water facilities for more than 85,000 Sri Lankans and have rehabilitated rainwater tanks and wells for another 65,000. Also, I've been very fortunate during my time here to have visited, particularly before the pandemic, when I was out and about a lot more in this beautiful island. I visited the north, the east, the southeast, and I've witnessed firsthand, as these pictures dictate, I've witnessed the construction, the operation, and the maintenance of these systems. And during these visits, I often spoke with the Sri Lankans in the localities, in the villages. And they told me about that before the systems were constructed, they had to travel, sometimes by foot, to fetch drinking water. Or they had to pay prices. They had to pay, hefty prices out of their incomes to buy drinking water. Or they had to drink unsafe drinking water. So in talking to these people, I realized the importance that this project is having to the ordinary Sri Lankans. I met a 23-year-old woman in eastern Sri Lanka who described how the burden of this eternal battle for water fell on her because she was the eldest daughter in a family of 4. So it was her job before and after work. She would join other village women on their daily, every day, 30-minute journey to fetch water, to bring back water to her family. They carry these heavy pots of water back home. And sometimes it was the sun was out and scorching sun, and sometimes it was raining, but every day they brought this water back. I met a 53-year-old farmer in Badula who lived with his wife and 3 children in a remote village. For 250 rupees a month, his family secured water for washing and bathing from a nearby community. However, for clean water for drinking and cooking, they walked at least 4 kilometers, 2 kilometers each way, again carrying heavy pots of water on the trek home. When his wife began to suffer from back pain, the burden of fetching water fell to the eldest son. In both cases, I'm very thankful to the rainwater harvesting project that supported them in constructing rainwater harvesting systems that were built on their own premises. So they no longer have to take the time, and time is money, right? They no longer have to take the time, and not to mention the back-breaking task of carrying water from several kilometers home. Nor do they need to spend their hard-earned income to buy water, thanks to these systems. So 40 years ago, USAID began investing in this sector in Sri Lanka, providing technical assistance, for example, installing hand pumps in 39 sites in the north, the east, central, and southern regions of the country. And this was a time when many open wells were sealed because of contamination, and the government was preparing for longer term piped water systems. So for the past 10 years, USAID has again partnered with Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum to provide practical systems for harvesting rainwater among rural communities. And so I should say that that is building on decades of USAID's kind of work in this area. And we hope to continue to build on our work and look at new techniques and new innovation for bringing safe drinking water to Sri Lankans. I understand that during the rainy season, the 8,000-liter rainwater tanks that the Sri Lanka Rainwater Harvest supports are full of drinking and cooking water, and they can last up to a year. So if you harvest the water, it is a source of clean water for up to a year. And so I would just kind of say that this is one partnership that I hold very close to my heart. I think it's making a difference. And as I depart Sri Lanka in April to go to my next post in Pakistan, the same region, but obviously leaving this beautiful island and many memories of many wonderful projects and partnerships, including this one. I am proud again to be here today on this World Water Day, once again to congratulate the Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum, and also to congratulate the partners, including the government of Sri Lanka, for all the support that has motivated us as development partners to bring this resource of clean drinking water to Sri Lankans. Your dedication to a water-secure world is inspiring. So I applaud all of you, government, public sector, private sector, civil society, all of you working together toward a world where there is equitable and sustainable access to safe and clean drinking water, and a world that has adopted key hygiene behaviors a world that encourages the sound management and protection of water resources, and a world in which water sector governance, financing, and institutions, both public and private, are strong and sustainable. That is the objective. I think we were well on our journey to achieving that objective. So thank you once again for allowing USAID, myself personally, to be part of your journey. And I wish all of you the very best in your future endeavors in this important sector. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable speech. In children's mind, we can plant anything in very easy. Our responsibility is to plant fruitful concept in their minds. Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum focuses its work on children to educate them on water issues, conservation, and rainwater harvesting for their future sustainability. This is time to celebrate World Water Day. They created an animated video for the children. It shows the concept of rainwater harvesting. This is created in both Sinhala and Tamil versions. The video is sponsored by Alpine Plantation, who has supported our World Water Day activities for previous events as well.
உள்ளத்தில் மீது பாய்ந்து பாய்ந்து ஊ என விழுந்து விழுந்து மழையும் பெய்தது. வாழை இலையின் மீது துளிகள் சட்டப்பட்டு சட்டப்பட்டு என்று மழை துளிகளில் 4 துளிகள் விளிம்பில் தேங்கியது. தேங்கியதும் நின்றதும் மழை துளிகள் ஒன்று சேர்ந்து பெரும் துளியாய் ஆகியதே. கிளையில் இருந்து நாரில் விழுந்து சரிந்து சரிந்து நுனியில் விழுந்து விழுந்த நீர் துளி இல்லாமல் கூரையில் விழுந்தது. கூரை மீது சரிந்த நீர் துளி ஈலியிலே விழுந்தது. ஈலியிலே மிதந்த நீர் துளி ஈலியிலே மிதந்த நீர் துளி ஜபும் 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 என்று நீரில் விழுந்தது. குளமா இது, கேணியா இது, கிணறா இது, மழை நீரை சேகரிக்கும் தடாகம் ஒன்றே. கை காலுடை கழுவி கொள்ள செடி கொடிகள் வளர்த்து கொள்ள தாகத்திற்கு குடிப்பதற்கு மழை நீரை சேகரிக்கும் தடாகம் ஒன்றை அமைத்துக் கொள்வோம். தடாகம் ஒன்றை அமைத்துக் கொள்வோம்.
Even though it was for the children, I'm sure you all enjoyed it. Now we turn for the next guest speech. For that, I cordially invite well-known Sri Lankan Parliament member, Cabinet Minister, the great supporter of Sri Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum and Rainwater Harvesting. Currently, he is the Minister of Education, Honorable Mr. Dinesh Gunawardena. I invite you to the stage and request to add your valuable thoughts to this event.
Hi everyone, proud of you. Especially join you on a very important day. The world water is, as well as to celebrate 25 years achievement of Lanka Rainwater Harvesting. For this to be special from USA for Sri Lanka and water. Veeran Sekhar, Group Director of Temple Maharaja. Bhatia Mulamul, Director, LPG Plantations. Mr. Nanda, respected distinguished public servants. Chairman and Board of Directors of the Lanka Rainwater Harvesting. In a way, I'm happy to be here as Minister of Education at a time when the World Water Day celebrated across the world in Sri Lanka. But one of the main issues encompasses children. Those who have not been able to have access not only to education, but even access to work. Therefore, the 25th anniversary of Lanka Rainwater Harvesting, the important day in our country, where a new approach was initiated. It's
support of professionals, academic, and civil society people. And also special support that has been extended by the private sector. As the mission director mentioned, the USA has been investing, assisting with this area. And we in the education will look forward to much closer cooperation with the team, because every school in our country needs. World Water Day was formally proposed in Agenda 21 of 1992 at the UN Conference on Environmental Development in Rio de Janeiro. As a result of the UN General Assembly adopting March 22nd was declared World Water Day. So we are here today celebrating as well as giving our all the cooperation and attention and commitment take forward with the words that we have stood to issue. Today, World Water Day raises awareness of 2 billion people currently living without access to safe water. The true force of the World Water Day is to inspire action towards sustainable development goals. SDG, water and sanitation. For by 2020. Now we are in 2022. All our countries are committed, but whether we will be able to achieve the challenge that is before us. Every year, World Water Day highlights specific aspects of fresh water. This year, theme is groundwater, making it invisible visible. Groundwater is invisible, but its impact is visible and real. It is used for drinking, agriculture, industry, enriching land and livelihoods, and economics. Sri Lanka. Groundwater is a major source of water, especially in rural areas. And it is estimated that about 72% of the rural population relies on groundwater for domestic use. Due to the seasonal variation in rainfall regulated by the effect of climate change in some areas, especially in the dry zone, the north. Wells dry up due to the dry season, causing drinking water scarcity to the people. Many of the 5,000 urban and rural schools in Sri Lanka get their water supply through wells. These wells often go dry during dry season or not suitable for drinking due to the poor water quality. So far, only around 4,800 schools have applied for waters. That's the higher also. Chairman of Forum mentioned. This is a major problem. Growing up in a clean and safe environment is every child's right. Access to clean water, basic toilets, good hygiene practices not only keeps children thriving, but also gives them a healthier start in life. When children don't have access to clean water, it affects their health, nutrition, education, and learning abilities, thus impact many aspects of their lives. Despite COVID-19, in the spotlight, the importance of hand hygiene to prevent the spread of disease. 3 billion people worldwide, including hundreds of millions of school-going children, do not have access to hand washing facilities with soap. People living in rural areas, urban slums, disaster-prone areas, low-income countries are the most vulnerable and the most affected. Therefore, every student in Sri Lanka, to the final of the words of the goal by a great Barack Obama, no drop of water shall run the ocean without serving human and nature. This principle, collecting, harvesting of rainwater through 40,000 small and medium man-built river tanks, have helped raise the groundwater levels across dry zone. Rainwater harvesting is directly linked to the saturation of groundwater. It contributes heavily in many areas as a result of better groundwater conditions. Not only for drinking water, but feed agriculture, garments, etc. growing. Rainwater or groundwater is even more becoming polluted. Our children need to know how just the air and technology of today to better purify water. Equally, adopt the better practices of environment friendly. These practices will help both the humans and nature equally. I was watching what the LPG plantation method is. Very short, but very effective. Reminds me of Kalahara. There is a whole saying which runs for centuries. That everyone who goes to Kalahara sees Kalahara, the little children, the elderly, the youth, they pick up the water into their hands. Either they splash it on their faces or drink it. And they say, Kalahara, Karadota, Kalahara, Dipala, Kalahara, Hindi, La Palata. Just take a few drops of water from Kalahara and you drink it. Don't forget to thank the Kalahara of water that has been collecting for centuries. So, what we have produced is a very effective supplement the educational system, the schools in our country. Across the country, I have gone to the rainwater harvesting networks when I was former minister of water. I have seen in General Street, the men are known, the work they have been able to achieve and video in schools. Mission direction. They have been actively known for over years in this area, not only of delivering what the network plans, but also training people, hundreds of people across the country. What should take over as they lead the area? I've seen them deliver at the time of the biggest crisis that we have seen. Right over tsunami came, villages were run over by the sea, whether it's from the northeast across the country. Rainwater harvesting, moving some of these areas, remember some of these board members, board of governors. Here, I started to restore what was necessary for the people by way of rainwater harvesting system and the normal pipeline water connections to either funds to be reconnected. Even as I mentioned, even increasing demand of water as a commodity more than a lifesaver and life giver has made some unforeseen industries possibly exhaust groundwater for various products for sales, not leaving anything for human consumption. Now, these are very important areas where Minister of Education has been very sincere say in Sri Lanka, harnessing of groundwater rules are not properly monitored or not strong enough to be implemented. This is an area which now is growing, and therefore, well water day, I hope attention will be given also to this area by all the organizations that are today celebrating the World Water Day. providing water supply to schools through rainwater harvesting systems, and enhancing the groundwater level to acquire recharging facilities in more than 300 rural schools by Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum over the recent years. Also, Rainwater Harvesting Forum has been building the capacity for, as I mentioned, school children, making them aware of water conservation and another challenges we come to face climate change. Rainwater harvesting through various activities such as water, quizzes, competitions, various programs to grow the school population of our country across the district. Have been happy to overcome these problems that the children face. I would like to congratulate and wish Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum a happy 25th anniversary and much more longer years to go. Success. And also close on the 50th rainwater tank that you mentioned, 50,000 rainwater tank, which rainwater harvesting forum should be able to achieve all amount that's available to be harvested, and we look forward to that. I also thank especially the private sector, organization that have been helping in many other areas in the rural sector of our country. Social responsibility projects that you have known and the other private sector organizations contribute heavily in order to overcome these challenges of water that are rural schools and rural population faces. I'd like to thank USAID for supporting Lanka Rainwater Harvesting for the last 2 years to provide safe drinking water facilities to homes, schools, and hospitals in drought-prone areas. I would also like to thank Mr. Reed, who has taken an active role and given us all the strength in this work while he was the mission director in Sri Lanka. And I also would like to be farewell as you leave Sri Lanka, but I hope that you will be always visiting Sri Lanka as one of the loveliest places that we can. Thank you, and I wish the rainwater for all success.
So we thank all to you for your stimulating speech. We are highly appreciate your presence today. But the scope of Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum's USAID project was and outcomes from 2016 to March 2022. The answer can be found in next video documentary. Let's have a look at how the project worked, how it come to vision, and how they benefited to the Sri Lankan people.
ගෝලීය විපර්යාස ඇතුලේ කාලගුණික විපර්යාස කියන එක ඉතාමත් වැදගත් මාතෘකාවක් බවට පත් වෙලා තියෙනවා. ජගත් ප්‍රජාවගේ විශේෂ අවධානයට ලක් වෙලා තියෙනවා. මොනවද අනාගතයේ ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ කාලගුණික විපර්යාස සඳහා තියෙන විසඳුම? විවිධ විසඳුම් තියෙනවා. අපි එක ශේෂ්ත්‍රයක් ගැන කතා කරාම මේ ස්වභාවික ආපදා මේ කාලගුණික විපර්යාස සමග දැඩිසේ සම්බන්ධකම් පවතිනවා. අපි නිතර කතා කරන නියගය ලෝකේ පුරා බරපතල විදිහට ව්‍යාප්ත වෙනවා. බොහෝ ස්ථානවල ලෝකයේ වරින් වර ගම් වතුර ඇති වෙනවා. ඊට අමතරව ඩෙන්ගු වැනි වසංගත රෝගී තත්ත්වයන් ලෝකයේ පුරා ව්‍යාප්ත වෙලා තියෙනවා. නායම් කියන එකත් ඒ ආකාරයෙන්ම ව්‍යාප්ත වෙලා තියෙනවා. මේ මූලික වශයෙන් මම කියපු ස්වභාවික ගොදුරු බොහෝ වෙලාවට රිලේටඩ් වෙනවා ලෝකයේ මේ වෙනකොට පවතින අනාගතයේ ඒ ආකාරයෙන් පැවතිය හැකි කාලගුණික විපර්යාසات එක්ක.
In this context, the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, supports to implement a project named Safe Disaster Resilient Drinking Water to Floods and Drought-Prone Areas in Sri Lanka in 2016 October to 2022 March. Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum is the prime implementing partner of the project, operated in Kilinochchi, Mullaitivu in the North Province and Badulla, Monoragala in Uva Province. The Sub-Grantee Participatory Action and Learning Methodologies Foundation PALM operated in Ampara and Batiklo in Eastern Province. This video documentary is a part of a series of outputs and learnings of this project. The main objective of the project is to provide clean drinking water supply through rainwater harvesting and pipe-borne water connections to improve community resilience in the face of changing climate and environmental conditions. Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum LRWHF activity focused on to promote rainwater harvesting systems as a practical disaster resilient water supply option for dry zone areas through the demonstration and building capacity of officials, professionals, community and school children on rainwater harvesting and groundwater recharging technology. The project successfully achieved its first objective, which focused on to demonstrate and provide disaster-resilient water supplies to vulnerable communities in war-affected and dry zone areas of Sri Lanka.
2019 වසරේ තමයි මේ වැඩසටහන මෙහි ආරම්භ වුණේ. ඒකට මුල් දී කටයුතු කළේ USAID ආයතනය සහ ශ්‍රී ලංකා වැසි ජල සංසදයේ ඒකාබද්ධව මීගහකිවුල MOH ආයතනය සහ ප්‍රාදේශීය ලේකම් කාර්යාලය. ඊට හේතුව වුණේ රුධිර පරීක්ෂාවකින් පස්සේ වකුගඩු ආසාදිතයින් බොහෝ සංඛ්‍යාවක් මීගහකිවුල ප්‍රාදේශීය ලේකම් කොට්ටාසය තුළ සිටින බව හඳුනාගත්තට පස්සේ.
Despite national policy on rainwater harvesting since 2005 and legislation since 2009, uptake of rainwater harvesting has been slow due to lack of awareness with development workers and community members. Awareness and education is aimed at children with the rationale that children influence their attitudes of their parents, who will consequently change their behavior. A series of programs were organized for school children through which parents and community members are to will be influenced. Demonstration on rainwater harvesting systems of 30,000 storage capacity and well water recharge systems were constructed in rural schools in Badulla, Monoragala, Kilinochchi and Mullaitivu, giving access for safe drinking water source for 33,646 students and teachers.
கடந்த காலங்களில் தொடர்ச்சியாக எமது பாடசாலையில் மாணவர்கள் தண்ணீர் பிரச்சனைக்கு மிகவும் மாணவர் பெரும் கஷ்டத்தில் உள்ளார்கள். அந்த வகையில் ரெயின் வாட்டர் ஹார்வெஸ்டிங் ப்ரோக்ராமும் USAID என்ற நிறுவனத்தினூடாக எமது பாடசாலை கடந்த வருடத்தில் 30,000 லிட்டராக நீர் தாங்கி ஒன்று எமது பாடசாலைக்கு அமைத்து கொடுத்தார்கள். அந்த வகையில் குடிநீர் மற்றும் மலசல கூட வசதிகள் என்றாலும் கூட மாணவருக்கு பெரும் பிரச்சனை இருந்தது. தற்பொழுது அந்த நீர் சம்பந்தமான பிரச்சனை பாடசாலை முற்றாக தீர்த்துள்ளது. அதற்கு தரம் 6 மாணவர்கள் பெற்றோர்கள் தொடர்ந்து எமது பங்களிப்பை தந்தார்கள்.
Furthermore, concept of developing home gardens through rainwater harvesting was promoted among school children through a competition, Green Home Garden Challenge, where 112 school children from Kilinochchi, Badulla and Monoragala were trained on home gardening, out of which 45 students developed their home gardens with various crops such as fruits, vegetables and medicinal plants. After monitoring and evaluation of these home gardens, 7 winners were selected from 3 districts.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ වැසි ජල එක්ටස් කරන්නන්ගේ සංගමය විසින් පැවැත් වූ ගෙවතු වගා තරඟයට යොමු වුණා. එමගින් මට ප්‍රථම ස්ථානය හිමි වුණා. ඇත්තටම ගෙවතු වගාව සිදු කිරීමෙන් අපිට විශාල සතුටක් ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන්. පවුලේ ආදායමටත් අමතර ආදායමක් එකතු වෙනවා එමගින්.
To mark the World Water Day in 2018 and 2021, 2 water quizzes were held in 59 schools with the participation of over 6,000 school children in the 4 districts. The final round of the 2021 water quiz was held in 2022 via Zoom platform due to COVID-19 health restrictions. The quiz competition was conducted with the aim of promoting water conservation, sanitation practices, and climate change issues. Wall art competition held in 32 schools in the 4 districts on the theme water conservation, rainwater harvesting, climate change, and chronic kidney disease received 322 drawings, out of which 5 were selected and printed on display board and distributed to 94 schools.
யூசைட் நிறுவனத்தின் மூலமாக எமது பாடசாலைக்கு மழைநீர் சேகரிப்பு தாங்கி ஒன்று நிறுவித்தரப்பட்டது. எனவே அத்தாங்கில் சித்திரங்களை வரைவதற்காக பாடசாலை மாணவர்களாகிய நாங்கள் ஒரு நீர் தினத்தன்று போட்டியினூடாக தெரிவு செய்யப்பட்ட சித்திரங்களை மழைநீர் தாங்கியில் வரைந்தோம். எனவே அச்சித்திரங்களினூடாக மழைநீரினை வீண் விரயம் செய்யாது அந்நீரினை சேமித்து அதனை எமது பயன்பாட்டிற்காக பயன்படுத்தலாம் என அறிவுறுத்துவதனூடாக அச்சித்திரங்கள் வரையப்பட்டன.
Discussion with government agents, health authorities, and National Water Supply and Drainage Board officials brought to focus that number of rural hospitals and clinics lack water facilities. Therefore, 10 RWH systems were constructed at rural hospitals, clinics in Badulla, Munaragala, and Kilinochchi districts, which provided clean drinking water to over 2,800 patients who visit these rural hospitals and medical clinics on daily basis. Achieving Sustainable Development Goal 6 with the aim of providing access to safely manage water for all day by 2030 will not be possible without the application of rainwater harvesting for drinking water provision. The project constructed 930 domestic rainwater harvesting systems in drought, flood, and chronic kidney disease prevailing areas, giving access to safe drinking water to over 3,700 persons at their doorsteps. Furthermore, 200 wells were recharged using rainwater to improve water levels and water quality in Kilinochchi, Munaragala, and Badulla districts, benefiting 1,053 people.
වකුගඩු රෝගය හැදිලා මයංගනේ රෝහලෙන් බෙහෙත් ගන්නවා. අපි හරියාකාරව මොකද්ද කියන්න දන්නෙත් නැහැ. ඉතින් වැසි ජල ටැංකියක් මේ අනුමත කරන්න තමයි එතන රැස්වීමක් තිබුණේ. එතෙන්දී අපිට ඒක මේ කොහොම හරි එතනින් අපි තේරීපත් වුණා. අපිට වැඩි කාලයක් නොගිහිල්ලා මේ සතියක් ඇතුළත වගේ මේ ටැංකියකුත් හදලා දුන්නා. මේ ගොඩක් ඈතින් තමයි අපි වතුර ගෙනාවේ. ඒ වතුර මේ අපිට පිරිසුදුකමක් නැහැ. දැන් මේ වතුර හරිම පිරිසුදුවක් තියෙනවා. අපි කුඹුර එහෙම ගියාමත් ඉතින් වෙනවත් වතුර බොන්න බෑ. මේ වැසි ජල ටැංකියෙන් තමයි මේ වතුර බොන්නේ. අපිට ලොකු ඉතින් පිනක් ඉතින්.
Additionally, 400 abandoned rainwater harvesting systems, which were implemented in the past by various other organizations, were repaired with the support of the householders. Training on operation and maintenance of the rainwater harvesting system were provided to the community. As a result of this initiative, 1,633 beneficiaries are able to use their rainwater harvesting systems again and have access to safe drinking water. In addition, 15 youths were trained on repair and maintenance the rainwater harvesting systems in the 3 districts. A series of activities were conducted to achieve the objective 2 of the project: build capacity of officials, professional, and communities on rainwater harvesting technology to influence the policies and practices of flood and drought management. With the objective to promote, create awareness, and build capacity on rainwater harvesting technology through facilitating, sharing, and exchange of knowledge, a fully equipped training facilities were established at the Rain Center, Palavatta, Battaramulla. Mr. Andrew Sisson, Mission Director, USAID Sri Lanka and the Maldives, Honorable Sudarshini Fernandopulle, State Minister of City Planning and Water Supply, and Honorable Dinesh Gunawardena, Member of the Parliament, declared open the training center on the 5th of January 2017. At the center, 2 training programs were conducted for architects, engineers, town planners, plantation managers, and project managers in 2017 and 2019 to build the capacity of officials and professionals on rainwater harvesting technology and groundwater recharging. The participants received hand-on experience by designing 5 innovative demonstration rainwater harvesting systems. Mobile weather stations which provide early warning on meteorological disasters were stepped up in 4 schools, thereby giving access to 3,534 school children on meteorological data and study climate patterns and changes. Increased groundwater availability cushioned the effect of drought, making communities better resilient to disasters. To monitor the effect of the groundwater recharge systems established during the project, 54 of the wells were monitored for water quality and quantity once a fortnight for over 2-year period and analyzed in collaboration with Open University of Sri Lanka.
ඉතින් මම වවුගොඩු රෝගියෙක්. ඒක නිසා මේ වැසිදා සංසාරේ මහතුරු ඇවිල්ලා අපිට මේකක් තිබුණා රැස්වීමක් වගේ අපිව දැනුවත් කළා. මෙහෙම වැහි වතුර වැසි ජලයෙන් මේ ෆිල්ටරයක් හදලා දීලා ලිඳට වැහි වතුර එක් කිරීමට අපි එකතු කරගත්තා. දැනුමක් තිබුණේ නැහැ මේවා පිරිසිදුයිද බොණ්ඩ පිරිසිදුයිද හොඳ නැද්ද එහෙම කියන දන්නේ නැහැ. ඉතින් මේ මහතුරු ඇවිල්ලා මේ පරීක්ෂණ කරාට පස්සේ තමයි මේ බොණ්ඩ නුසුදුසු තත්ත්වයට තිබුණේ. දැන් නම් සුදුසු තත්ත්වයට තියෙනවා. දැන් මේ වතුර තමයි අපි බොණ්ඩ ගන්නෙ. ඊට පස්සේ ගොවිතැන් වැඩට ගන්නවා. ඊට පස්සේ ගෙදර හැම වැඩකටම උයන්න පිහින්න නාන්න හැම එකටම ගන්න මේ වතුර තමයි.
The survey of perception of rainwater users that was initially conducted by the Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum in 7 districts were expanded to 15 districts to get more comprehensive data on the usage of rainwater harvest systems in the entire country. To calculate the appropriate capacity of the rainwater harvesting tank, a web-based mathematical simulation model was developed in collaboration with the National Building Research Organization. The model uses historical climate data and physical characteristics of the rain harvesting systems such as connected roof area, roof surface type, first flush volume, effective storage volume, and in-house water demand. A series of dissemination activities conducted includes newspaper articles, leaflets, posters, visibility boards, publication of success stories, social media updates, Varsha Short Film Festival, and establishment of district resource centers. International conference was conducted under the theme Water Security through Rainwater Harvesting, which was attended by researchers from the South Asian region, professionals, and policymakers. The project supported the establishment of the South Asian Rainwater Harvesting Network, SARNet, which hosted 8 webinars and 1 international conference online. Palm Foundation is a sub-grantee of the USAID project, and they initiated the disaster risk reduction in 25 divisional secretariat divisions in the particular district. The project has identified the urgent need for flood and drought disaster mitigation through the provision of safe drinking water, sanitation, hygiene facilities, and disaster risk reduction capacity building also in those war and disaster affected districts.
எங்களது பிரதேசம் வெள்ளம் வறட்சி போன்ற இதெல்லாம் அனர்த்தங்களினால் மிகவும் பாதிக்கப்பட்டு வருகின்றமையினால் அம்மக்களை மீள கட்டியெழுப்பதற்குரிய அவர்களுக்குரிய வாழ்வாதார திட்டங்கள் மற்றும் குடிநீர் வசதிகள் அவர்களை சமூகத்திலிருந்து அனர்த்தத்திலிருந்து அவர்களை காப்பாற்றக்கூடிய வகையில் அவர்கள் எவ்வாறு நடந்து கொள்ள வேண்டிய போன்ற பல்வேறுபட்ட நிகழ்ச்சிகளையும் செயல்திட்டங்களையும் பாம் நிறுவனமானது எமது பிரதேச செயலகத்தில் நடைமுறைப்படுத்தி கொண்டு வருகின்றது. இதற்கு மேலதிகமாக எமது கிராம மட்டங்களில் கிராம சேவை உத்தியோகஸ்தர் அமைப்புகளில் அங்கு காணப்படும் மக்களை ஒருங்கிணைத்து அங்கு கப்பாசிட்டி பில்டிங் ப்ரோக்ராம் மூலமாக அங்கு மக்களுடைய அனைத்து முகாமைத்துவ திட்டத்தினை அங்கு மக்களுக்காக அங்கு வழங்கப்பட்டது.
A baseline survey was conducted in 25 Gram Niladhara divisions of 5 divisional secretariat divisions on drinking water, sanitation, hygiene, and gender. A series of programs were conducted to build capacities of 143 disaster risk reduction committees in the selected 25 Gram Niladhara divisions in order to develop disaster early warning plans and address their disaster risk reduction actions with this project.
உங்களுக்கு பிஹெச் மூலமாக இந்த தண்ணி நல்ல மில்லண்டு எல்லா கிணத்து தண்ணிகளும் கூடாண்டு பொதுவாக கூட்டம் போட்டு சொன்னவர். நான் பிறகு இந்த தண்ணி எடுக்கணும் என்று முயற்சி எடுத்தேன். நான் இதெண்டா முன்னுக்கு வந்தாக்களுக்கும் இப்படி ஒரு நோயல் வந்தால் அப்புறம் இன்னுக்கு எதிர்காலத்தில் வர பிள்ளைகளுக்கும் இது பாதிக்கப்படும். நான் அப்படி 5, 10, 85
instrument to further promote rainwater harvesting.
Short Film Festival and establishment of district resource centers. International conference was conducted under the theme Water Security through Rainwater Harvesting, which was attended by researchers from the South Asian region, professionals and policymakers. Disaster mitigation through the provision of safe drinking water.
அவர்கள் எவ்வாறு நடந்து கொள்ள வேண்டிய போன்ற பல்வேறுபட்ட நிகழ்ச்சிகளையும் செயல்திட்ட
25 கிராம நிலத்தை address their disaster risk reduction.
தெரியும் அந்த புள்ள வந்து
113 vulnerable
வந்து இந்த கஷ்டத்தையும் பார்த்துட்டு அது பாய்ஞ்சி இந்த தண்ணியை வந்தது அதையும் அப்போ பாவிச்சு கொண்டு வா நாங்கள் குடிக்கிறதுக்கு மட்டும் பாவிக்கிறோம், வேறு வீட்டு வேலைக்கெல்லாம் கிணத்து தண்ணியெல்லாம் பாவிக்கிறோம். அது சுட வச்சு தண்ணி என்ன வேலை என்னன்னு செய்வோம்.
பக்கத்தில் நான் எடுத்து பரிமாறினேன். இப்போ பாநிறுவனம் தந்தது பிறகு இப்போ பிரச்சனை இல்லை எனக்கு. கையை தூக்கலா இப்போ எடுத்தது போகிறோம் நல்ல எனக்கு தண்ணி எடுத்தது பிறகு.
Safe drinking water connections were provided to 4,613 vulnerable families. Safe drinking water consumption coverage of the Batiklo district has been increased by 2.5% as a result of the project. The total number of beneficiaries of the project are male 55,422, female 58,480, total 113,430, 52% female, and the total population of the district is 574,836. Altogether, 85 safe drinking water supply connections were provided to 85 schools, which is 22.3% of the total schools in the district. Now, 27,753 students have opportunities to drink safe drinking water in the area. The project managed to reduce the proportion of the schools without safe drinking water connections to 36%.
தேசிய நீர்வளங்கள் வடிகால் அமைப்பு சபையானது எங்களது பாடசாலைக்கு குடிநீர் வழங்குவதற்கான அனைத்து ஏற்பாடுகளையும் செய்தது. அந்த வகையிலே எங்களது பெற்றோரும் இந்த குடிநீர் வழங்குவதற்காக பெற்றோர்களும் மிகவும் உறுதுணையாக இருந்து உதவி செய்தார்கள். இந்த கிராமத்தில் மாணவர்கள் ஆரம்பத்தில் ஏற்கனவே நிலத்தடி நீரை பயன்படுத்தியதனால் மிகவும் பல நோய்களுக்கு உட்படுத்த வேண்டி இருந்தது. அந்த வகையில் சிறுநீரக பிரச்சனை, வயிற்றால் போகிற அந்த வயிற்று நோவு, அப்படியான பல பிரச்சனைகள் மாணவர் மத்தியிலே காணப்பட்டது. மாணவர்கள் மத்தியில் மாத்திரமின்றி இது சமூகத்தில் பெற்றோர்கள் மத்தியிலும் காணப்பட்டது. மாணவர்கள் தற்போது இந்த குடிநீரை குடிப்பதனால் ஆரோக்கியமாகவும் நல்ல திடகாத்திரமாகவும் தற்போது எங்களது பாடசாலை மாணவர்கள் இயங்கிக் கொண்டிருக்கின்றார்கள்.
Hygiene promotions through 89 hygiene promotion programs and construction of 15 toilets for the community. Hygiene improvement information habits have been clarified among 27,753 school students who are connected with the drinking water. This 22.3% of the total schools in the district and 4,800 posters and 6,000 stickers explain the habits and necessary practices to improve the hygiene among the school students. The project also supported the rehabilitation work of 2 small tanks in the area, which benefited 1,309 people in the area.
ஆனால் எமது கிராமத்தில் ஆகப்பெரிய குறையான பிரச்சனை என்னென்னா தண்ணி இல்லாத பிரச்சனை. தண்ணி நிலத்திலிருந்து எடுத்துக்க இல்லாத ஒரு பிரச்சனை. ஏனெண்டா இந்த பிரதேசம் வந்து ஒரு 6 அடி 7 அடி கீழே ஃபுல்லாக மலை பிரதேசமாக இருந்தால் தண்ணி இல்லாத கடந்த காலங்களில் வந்து 6-7 கிலோமீட்டருக்கு அங்கே தான் மக்கள் எல்லாம் போய் இந்த தண்ணி எடுத்து வர்றது வளமையாக. ஆனால் அதே நேரத்தில் பாம் ஃபவுண்டேஷன் நிறுவனம் எமது கிராமத்தில் கால் வச்சு அவங்களோட நோக்கமும் மக்களுக்கு தண்ணியை எப்படி எடுத்து கொடுக்குறன்ற நோக்கத்துக்குள்ளே வந்தார்கள் கழிச்சாங்க. அப்போ எங்களுக்கு அது பெரிய ஒரு சந்தோஷமாக இருந்தது. நாங்களும் கிராமத்தால் இன்னென்ன வேலையை செய்யணும். இப்போ இந்த ஒரு கிணறு இருக்குன்னு சொன்னால் அதில் பக்கத்தில் தண்ணியை தேக்கி வச்சு தான் இந்த கிணத்துல வடிகட்டி எடுக்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு பிரச்சனை தான் இது. இப்போ அவங்க சில இதை எங்கள்கிட்ட கேட்டாங்க. நாங்கள் சொன்ன இப்படி ஒரு குளம் ஒன்று இருக்குது, அந்த குளத்தை புனரமைச்சா அதில் இருக்கிற கிணத்துல கிட்டத்தட்ட அந்த குளத்தில் இருக்கிற தண்ணியை வடிகட்டி எடுக்கிற மாதிரி தான் எடுக்கணும். வேறு இது முழுமையான ஒரு வறட்சியான பிரதேசம், தண்ணியை எந்த வகையிலையும் உள்ளெடுக்க இயலாது. கிட்டத்தட்ட இந்த 6-7 கிலோமீட்டருக்கு அங்கால போய் தண்ணி எடுத்து வர நிலையை ஒரு 90% கட்டுப்பாட்டுக்குள்ளே கொண்டு வந்தாச்சு. அதில் அந்த நீர் நிரப்பியிருக்கிற இடத்துல புல் அது எல்லாம் இருக்குது. என்னென்னு சொன்னால் அதில் இப்போ மீனும் இருக்குது. 6ஆம் மாதத்துக்கு பிறகு என்ன செய்வோம், அந்த மீன் அந்த புல்லெல்லாம் எடுத்து போட்டு திரும்ப இரிகேஷன் வாய்க்காலில் வர தண்ணியை அந்த குளத்துக்குள்ளே ஏற்றுவோம்.
Altogether, 35 families are able to engage in fishing through this, and 1,050 kilograms of fish are caught per month, which is expected to earn an income of 262,500 rupees. Also, 71 families that are engaged in agriculture-related activities earn an income of around 42,600 rupees per month in season time. The disaster risk reduction project conducted further activities such as planting of 4,613 trees near the water pools with the aim of improving vegetation, cleaning of the 106-kilometer long internal village canals which benefited 56,876 members of the community.
இந்த கால்வாயானது தண்ணி தேங்கி மிகவும் சரியான குப்பையும் கூலமும் நிறைந்து இந்த கால்வாய் காணப்படுகின்றது. அச்சமயம் எங்களது விவசாயி மக்களுக்கு விவசாயத்தை மேம்படுத்தி கொண்டு போவதற்கு மிகவும் சிரமமாக அமைகின்றது. ஏனென்று சொன்னால் தண்ணி தேங்கி இது குப்பை கூட நிற்கிறதால தண்ணி போக முடியாமலுக்கு விவசாயிகள் மிகவும் சிரமத்து மத்தியில் காணப்படுகிறாங்க. இந்த கால்வாயினை உமநாடிய மக்கள், பொதுமக்கள், அடுத்தது ஜிஎஸ்சி, சமுர்த்தி மற்றும் கழகத்து உறுப்பினர்கள் அனைவரும் சேர்ந்து இந்த கால்வாயை துப்புரவு செய்தார்கள்.
Strengthening of 160 Gram Niladhari level disaster management committees. The need for the access to clean and safe drinking water will further increase in Sri Lanka due to climate change and other environmental factors. Hence, practical and timely initiatives such as rainwater harvesting should be further strengthened to enhance the livelihoods of the Sri Lankans. Access to clean and safe drinking water is a basic human right.
There is a saying that says, we take photographs as a return ticket to a movement that already gone. Sometimes they give self-satisfaction. They give inspiration for future works. Anyhow, I'm sure you have the same feeling after watching this video. As a next step of this event, we are planning to launch a publication, Practitioner's Guide for Rainwater Harvesting. This book first published in 2009 was updated and republished with the support of USA. Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum Chief Executive Officer will now distribute few of those copies to the distinguished guests. Thank you. Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Tanuja Aryanand. Next, as another output of USA project activity, Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum have developed web calculator in collaboration with National Building Research Organization. I cordially invite Mr. Ruan Rumage to address the event and launch the web calculator.
Good morning, you all. And first, I would like to thank Dr. Tanuja from CEO Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum for collaborating us this kind of event. And the main intention of this web calculator to aware people about the potential of rainwater harvesting. That's the main intention. Based on that, we developed calculator under 3 criteria. First one is the demand based, second one is the yield based, and third one is the feasibility of the proposed tank calculator. Like we go through the interfaces, and first one is the demand-based calculator. As you can see, we have entered some parameters. You can enter simply by clicking on these check boxes, and we have integrated with the research values. As you can see, this is the option button. This click on some option button. You have to enter the number of persons initially. And there is a number of person, then you can simply check and uncheck these option button, automatically transfer all the calculated values onto the relevant boxes. And number of writers you can select as you wish. We have entered up to 3 months, 180 days, and then you can calculate the number of and you can calculate the water volume required for the survival of this during the local dry space. And this calculator also included the guide. You can see click on this guide. The entire calculation, then what are the assumptions, what are the theories we have already included with this rainwater calculator. There is no need to prior knowledge about this calculator. You can simply go through this guide, and we can calculate our rainwater harvesting potential values. This is the yield-based calculator. We have integrated all rainfall values around the all districts in Sri Lanka with the system. No need to know about the rainfall values. We have already omitted every outliers from the relevant data values. So first one is the roof time we can calculate. As you know, there is a roof runoff coefficient. Based on that, we introduce some roof time. Based on that, automatically select the relevant rainwater runoff coefficient. We can initiate the roof area by in n units and 10 by 10. And we can select the district, other district. So now Anuradhapura over the Anuradhapura. Okay. And the month, which month you need to identify the potential of harvesting, December, and then calculate the potential of harvesting 90 cubic meters. That is the value related to the input values. Without the defining value using district, we can use the customized rainfall value. If you know about the rainfall value, we can directly input to the customized rainfall value in millimeters. Then we can calculate potential of harvesting. This is the feasibility of proposed tank capacity. The main intention of this this calculator, every person doesn't have equal capacity to build a certain amount of tanks. So we can identify early the water dispersion along throughout the year before we construct our final design. Then we can there is an option and we can enter the number of persons and select the Anuradhapura and the roof type. It's up to you, and we can simply insert the roof, and we can select we can have to select the proposed tank capacity. It's depend on your and calculate. It simulates the water dispersion and the water harvesting potential. And this is the simulated value. As you can see, the remaining water volume at the end of month in liters and also satisfaction percentage. This is the simulation model. This is not there may be some uncertainty values, but we have to understand. We need to know what is the dispersion pattern throughout month. There is no need to find the exact value, but we can identify directly from the simulation model the dispersion pattern and the satisfaction percentage. That's the example. This is the cost estimate. This is the BOQ calculator. We have done the up-to-date prices with the relevant materials. Then we can directly calculate the cost estimate. estimate values. This, if you are using a polyethylene tank, you can select the type of supply, water volume of the tank, and the number of units, one, and the roof length. This calculator has ability to automatically calculate the required materials, number of length of gutter size, number of joints, number of sockets. It has ability to calculate automatically, and the roof height. You have the roof height 2 or 3 meters, and we can calculate the cost estimate. 1,475 cents. That is the cost estimate. And if you have any idea about the descriptive item list, you can simply click on the descriptive item list. And there are a list of required materials I have listed here, and you can enter the number of required amount of material in order to be given units. Then you can calculate the rainwater harvesting of BOQ for the rainwater harvesting. This is the entire calculation skills developed by NBRO. We are a national research organization and government organization, and we like that Dr. Tanuja to giving us this opportunity to develop this kind of calculation. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Ruan Rumiye. Now I cordially invite the CEO of the Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum, Dr. Tanuja Ariyananga, to give the vote of thanks and carry on the rest of today's event.
My best give thanks, and especially since this 25-year celebration, I like to take a few moments to remember some of our earlier members or board members who's not here now or not with us, to give them thanks, because it is their efforts that we are also here. So while they are very distinguished members, one is Alas, Dr. Ray Vijayawardena, and Mr. Engineer Justice Silva. They are no longer with us, so we just want to thank them. Okay, so also I like to mention few founder members of Lanka Rainwater Harvesting Forum who are here today. One is Mr. Han Hyman, who gave a presentation. He is in attending the World Water Forum in Dhaka at the moment. And apart from him, Mr. Ajendra Aribangu and Mr. Deva Hakkode, and of course Mr. Veerasekar also, who has been with us since 1997. Thank you all for supporting our effort. And of course, so many board members, including Mr. Girathan and Mr. Ayad, who has supported throughout the year. So that's the 25 years. And then for today's event, I'd like to, of course, thank all these early event, our Honorable Minister of Education. As you can see from the pictures, he has been with us for last 10 or more years, I think, supporting us with the policy as well as the moment. Reason we are here today in this premises because when he was a Minister for Urban Development, he made available his stand for us on this. So we thank him for coming today as well as the Minister of Education. Mr. Reed, Mission Director of USA for Sri Lanka and Maldives. Thank you for all your support throughout this project as well as coming here today. Mr. Veerasekar, of from Maharaja. Thank you for your presence today. Mr. Budibulla and team, thank you for supporting this event with the cartoon film they have sponsored it. Nanda Wilson has that, so thank you. And this is Lakshmi Vardhana. First song that was sung at the event, so thank you for providing that. It was so good who are here today for supporting this event. Of course, staff who has worked tireless for the last 2 months to get this production on board and thank you all as well. So, and everybody else who has participated. Mr. Guan, so very short, we have a small extension to bid farewell to Mr. Bill, who is supporting us for the last 4 years and supporting not only the World Water Day events but also our schools and participating on all the events we've been having. So just to say thank you for you. We have a small video for you as well. So this, well, thank you mostly for the children who have been using the rainwater harvesting system that being provided by USAID, installed by us.
ප්‍රදර්ශනයේ මම ඉගෙන ගන්න බෙල් කාන්දිකතර ජාතික පාසලේ ජලය අත්‍යවශ්‍ය කාරණයක් කියන එක අපි කවුරුත් දන්නවා. ජලය හිඟකම නිසා අපේ පාසල බොහෝ දුෂ්කරතාවලට මුහුණ දුන්නා. ඉතින් අපි ජලය රැගෙන ආවේ ගෙවල් වලින්. USAID ආයතනය සහ ලංකා වැසි ජල රැස් කරන්නන්ගේ සංසදය විසින් අපේ පාසලට වැසි ජල රැස් කිරීමේ පද්ධතිය ඉදි කරලා දීලා තියෙනවා.
பாடசாலையில் கட்டப்பட்டுள்ள மழைநீர் சேகரிப்பு அமைப்பால் சுத்தமான தண்ணீரை எளிதாக பெற முடிகின்றது. எனவே நாம் பாடசாலைக்கு குடிநீரை கொண்டு வர வேண்டிய தேவை இல்லை.
බොහෝ පාසල් වලට වැසි ජල රැස් කිරීම පද්ධති ඉදි කරලා දීලා තියෙනවා. ඔබතුමාට මේ වගේ කාර්යතාවයන් ඉටු කිරීමට තව තවත් ශක්තිය ධෛර්යය ලැබේවා කියලා මම ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා.
மேலும் பல சேவைகளை செய்ய தொடர்ந்து நீங்கள் வலிமையடைவதோடு சந்தோஷமான மற்றும் ஆரோக்கியமான வாழ்க்கை வாழ வாழ்த்துகின்றோம்.